headlines. Biren condemns brutal murder of Atwana Bonmay. DR jelling for one agreement and one solution. Active COVID-19 cases in the country lowest in 188 days. We are collectively facing a pandemic threat that is sweeping across the humanity beyond oceans and borders. Considering the seriousness of COVID-19, it's about time we step up against this deadly disease. Maintain a safe distance from others, even if they don't appear to be sick. Wear masks in public, especially indoors or when physical distancing is not possible. Choose open, well-ventilated spaces over closed ones. Clean your hands often. Use soap and water or an alcohol-based hand rub. Get vaccinated when it's your turn. Follow local guidance about vaccination. Cover your nose and mouth with your bent elbow or a tissue when you cough or sneeze. Stay home if you feel unwell. Hello, good evening. You are watching PONYTV English News at 6 p.m. This is Maria PANGAMBAM giving you the news in detail. Chief Minister N. Biren has condemned the brutal murder of activist Atwana Bonmay, which was coincident with his visit to Tamenglong district on September 22. Addressing a press conference at the CM Secretariat in Imphal, Biren expressed remorse for not being able to save Bonmay's life and added that Bonmay was a leader who worked industriously to bring unity among different ethnic groups in Manipur. 16 police personnel have been placed under suspension in connection with the incident for laxity in duty, he said. The Manipur Chief Minister Biren said if any armed groups in ceasefire agreement with the government are found involved in the crime, the case will be handed over to National Investigation Agency, NIA. A committee comprising of K. Radhesham Singh, IG of Police, K. Kaviv, Deputy IG of Police, and Kamay Angam Romanus, Deputy IG Range 4, has been constituted to initiate investigation into the incident. CM further informed. Biren said he was shocked to hear the news of Bonmay being murdered by unidentified persons. He described the incident as a cowardly act. The Chief Minister also announced that a special ex gratia will be given to the next of kin, which will be decided by the cabinet soon.
Masak Hangdaba suspected to be one underground troops. Sina Mihat Tina Hatpiramba, Asi Sarkar Maigai dagi, Amadia Isagi Makai Maigai dagi. Strongly condemned to we. Adago Sumba Yamna Watly action. State government Adumbada involved Toramba Mioi Amata Akoi Dandi Pidum Toy. Ngarang Hova I police senior officers in Torga, Home Ministry level, Aduga district level officers, state level officers in Torga, Ngarang Hova, Karikari to Buyabagi. Action mayam, plan to Buni, Aduna Adugumat go to the Seneriva. Hot Padu the Nate, Hot Hananaba Honaba Senaba, anybody, politician Gimarko MBI. Civil society marakta MBI, anywhere MBI madu, I koi, kuding maki matakas saba legal action loguni.
Former Nagaland Chief Minister DR Jelling has said that there can be only one agreement and one solution in regard to the Bex Naga political issue. Jelling said this after meeting new interlocutor to the Naga talks AK Misra at the Nagaland House in New Delhi on Friday. It is time to make a common approach to the government of India as there can be only one agreement and one solution, said Jelling. He added with finalization of having only one interlocutor, the government of India has once again listened to the voice of the people and is a wise and positive step taken towards attaining a solution. The former Nagaland Chief Minister further expressed hope that from now onwards the Naga talks are likely to move ahead in the right direction. It is evident that the stalemate between the negotiating parties has stalled and talks would be carried forward in the right direction so that amicable agreement could be reached at the earliest for permanent peace, former Nagaland CMT R. Jaliang said. Jaliang added that he was confident that the peace talks would now have smooth sailing and attain the much-desired result as per a media report. India logged 31,382 new coronavirus infections, taking the total tally of COVID-19 cases to 3,35,94,803, while the active cases declined to 3,162, the lowest in 188 days, according to the Union Health Ministry data updated on Friday. The death toll climbed to 4,46,368, with 318 fresh fatalities, according to the data updated at 8 a.m. The active cases comprise of 0.9% of the total infections, the lowest since March 2020, while the national COVID-19 recovery rate was recorded at 97.78%, the highest since March 2020, the ministry said. A reduction of 1,478 cases has been recorded in the active COVID-19 caseload in a span of 24 hours. India's COVID-19 tally had crossed the 20 lakh mark on August 7, 2020, 30 lakh mark on August 23, 40 lakh on September 5, and 50 lakh on September 16. It went past 60 lakh on September 28, 70 lakh on October 11, crossed 80 lakh on October 29, 90 lakh on November 20. And surpassed the 1 crore mark on December 19. India crossed the grim milestone of 2 crore on May 4. A poster campaign was held today in Moreh town bordering Myanmar on the theme Eat Right Manipur by Food Safety Department Technopol. The campaign was led by L. Subata, designated officer of Food Safety Technopol. The campaign was carried out at Indo-Myanmar Friendship Gate, Moreh Ward No. 1 and Moreh Market. Subata informed the people that food products must be checked before buying. He further said the shops and hotels must obtain FSSI license to run their business.
Poster campaign like that, we may have Gyan Tazi, Saba Takura, Masagi, Fazana, Gyan Tazabi, what a matam expired with Adu to Wadu, Miam, do Pazana, Young Giramun Zabiro, what you live to Kantamian as you acquit the game, Masagi, like some lobby, do not agree to Kantamia, right?
Now let's have a short break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Occasion singidamakta makhal kiyagi cake, haibadi, photo cake, layer cake, brunch cake, barbie cake, fruit topping cake, cupcakes in a chingba fongbigani, amadi adomgi apam mamong da cake customized tawbagi kudong chabasu pisari. Kudong chabasing asi lawbinabagi damakta lensing biro aikhoigi address NG College Road near Naurangtong. Phone number 9864112972. Aikhoigi online partner Food Wi-Fi amasung Food Web tagisu order tawiba yagani.
Welcome back. All Manipur United Clubs Organization Amuko, Manipuri Students Federation MSF, Poirei Lemerol Mayapaibi Apunba Manipur, and All Manipur Women's Voluntary Association Amawova deeply condoled the condemned the murder of Atwana Bonmai on September 22 last. He was reportedly abducted in front of a large number of security forces during the Chief Minister's visit to Tamenglong as a part of Go to Hills mission. The civil society bodies urged the Manipur government to use their power against such kind of brutal incident. The organization also said they will extend every possible support to seek justice for Abonmai. The All Manipur Students Union MSU has condoled the sudden and untimely demise of Atwana Bonmai, who was the president of Jalangrong body, Assam, Manipur and Nagaland. Abonmai was a great leader who worked tirelessly to maintain peace and harmony between the hills and valley of Manipur. MSU in a release also urged the government to take up necessary action and punish all the culprits involved in the murder of Atwana Bonmai. The Naga People's Front NPF Manipur State today condoled the sudden demise of Atwana Bonmai, who was also a member of the party. Bonmai served as the General Secretary of NPF for 2 years. He also contested the 10th Manipur Legislative Assembly election 2012 on NPF ticket from 52 Tamai constituency, a release said. Laihau Kunai Kanbaluktin has deeply condoled the death of Atwana Bonmai, former president of Jalangrong body, Assam, Manipur and Nagaland. LKKL condemned the kidnapping and murder of Atwana Bonmai and urged the government to initiate appropriate action against all culprits involved in the murder. Atwana Bonmai was an honest, brave and great leader who worked tirelessly for the unity of hills and valley of Manipur, a press release from LKKL said. The Naga People's Movement for Human Rights South Sector NPMHRS condemned the kidnapping and brutal killing of Atwana Bonmai on September 22, 2021 in Tamenglong district. Life is a gift from God and is a society rule of law and justice must prevail to protect the sanctity of the life, said the Naga rights body in a statement on Thursday. NPMHR South Sector then said that in a region where people carry and bear a brutal history of conflict and violence, the people are pained at how torture and killing of civilians by both state and non-state actors have devastated the land and its homes. It then said that there is no denying that the people are spiraling into an abysmal situation where attempts to deliver peace and justice through violent means are drowning the people into darkness. It also said that in any movement, there comes a point where violent means serves no purpose and social order get dissolved in the cross current of the conflict and human reasoning disappears. No amount of justification will exonerate what was done to Abonmai. NPMHR said and expressed deep anguish and condolences. Let's have a short break again. Stay tuned for more updates.
The NDA government of Manipur is working with full dedication to fulfill PM Modi's mission to bring clean water to every rural household in the country. CM N. Biren Singh has already announced that potable water would reach all households in rural Manipur by 2022. How ambitious this task is can be gauged from the fact that when the National Jal Jeevan Mission was launched on August 15, 2019, only 5.74% rural households in Manipur had tap water connections. This meant that out of 4,51,566 such households, only 25,920 had functional household tap connection. But in just 2 years, that number has grown to 2,35,628. That is from 5.74% to 52.18%. 284 villages and 255 panchayats have already achieved 100% FHTC status. Such has been the seriousness of the government that 2 remote villages close to the Myanmar border, Khangbarol and Khengjoy, have also been provided full regular water supply. These villages were once severely infected with insurgency, but now all 155 families there have tap water supply. Despite the massive COVID-19 outbreak slowing down the progress, CM N. Biren Singh is determined to provide every household potable water supply by next year. As PM Modi aims to bring clean water to every home in the country by 2024, CM Singh is ensuring Manipur is at the forefront of this mission.
Welcome back. Various Liang Mai organizations have strongly condemned the killing of Atwana Bonmai, the former president of Jalangrong body of Assam, Manipur and Nagaland. Unidentified people abducted Atwana Bonmai from Tamenglong headquarters on Wednesday, and his lifeless body was found about 30 km from the district headquarters in the evening, according to reports. Liang Mai Naga Katimai Rongdi, Liang Mai Naga Council of Eastern Zone, Eastern Liang Mai Chiefs Chairman Association and Ahangrong Chief Chairman Association have condemned the killing. It is unfortunate to learn that a lifeless body of Munhu Kangtonang Atwana Bonmai, who was abducted by unidentified gunmen in Tamenglong district headquarters, was found near Palong village, said the organizations in a joint statement. The joint statement said that Liang Mai organizations are shocked by such a gruesome and barbaric act and condemn the killing of Munhu Kangtonang Atwana Bonmai in the strongest term. The statement further said that such a senseless act of cold-blooded murder is totally unacceptable and is condemnable in a democratic society. One should not take the life of others based on ideological differences, the statement asserted. The organization strongly believes in the principle of ahimsa and cannot accept such undemocratic mindsets as there is no place for violence in democracy, it added. While urging the people to exercise love and respect human lives, the Liang Mai civil organizations call for for delivering justice to the killing of Atwana Bonmai at the same time and appealed to the law enforcing agencies to take immediate action so as to prevent recurrence of such a disgraceful act in future. The Jelangrong United Front JUF in strongest terms condemned the cold-blooded and inhuman murder of Atwana Bonmai, a former president and advisor of Jelangrong body Assam, Manipur and Nagaland on September 22 at Palong village, some kilometers away from Tamenglong district headquarters by National Socialist Council of Nagaland Isaac Muiva, NSCN-IM. The diabolic character of NSCN-IM is once again resurfaced where tall and uncompromising leaders of different communities had been massacred in several occasions at different times, JUF said in a press statement. In the same way, the tall, uncompromising Jelangrong leader Atwana Bonmai, who spoke out for his people and coexistence of different communities, had succumbed to bloodthirsty and the cowardice act of NSCN-IM. Atwana Bonmai was true son of the soil, a true patriot who relentlessly worked for the cause of Jelangrong and Nagas and for different communities at large. Therefore, it is extremely beyond shocking that such brutality and barbaric inhumanity done by NSCN-IM to silence the democratic and courageous voice which always stood for unyielding unity of Jelangrong people and Nagas in particular with the rest of the different communities as a whole. The abduction of Atwana Bonmai in the presence of 100 eyes and the presence of paramilitary and state forces in broad daylight and the inaction is highly questionable. It is concluded that the whole development is fishy and total conspiracy. The Jelangrong United Front fervently appealed to the government of India and the Manipur state government to constitute a high-level investigation agency and book the culprits at the earliest possible time and deliver justice to the deceased and his families, the statement added. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is gearing up for the key bilateral meeting with US President Joe Biden and the Quad Summit after excellent conversations on Pakistan with Vice President Kamala Harris and on China's belligerence with Japanese and Australian PM, a media report said. Narendra Modi will be the first Prime Minister of India in 4 decades to engage with 3 different US presidents in person as the Prime Minister. The PM Modi-Biden 1-hour meeting is at 11 a.m. EST in the White House, while the Quad Summit will be held for 2 hours from 2 to 4 p.m. According to diplomats based in Washington and New Delhi, Pakistan-based terror groups was raised by VP Harris during her good conversation with Prime Minister Modi, with the former stating that the US will take up this issue with Islamabad so that the security of both US and India are not threatened by these global terror groups. However, the Indian side detected that the US was in a bit of quandary over Pakistan, just as it was quite evident to them that Pakistan was harboring terror groups with global reach. It was equally clear that the US was unclear about the role that Pakistan could play in Afghanistan, as it has also harbored all the Taliban leaders in the past. Before we wrap up the news, let's have the top news headlines once again. Biren condemns brutal murder of Atwana Bonmai. TR Jaliang for one agreement and one solution. Active COVID-19 cases in country lowest in 188 days. Thank you for watching PONYTV. Keep watching for more updates.